It's this one. Biscuit. Tell you.
I think it's only. Well, I'm glad Paul is here now tonight as well, because at least there's three of us and Dave that don't have cats.
I love it. I just got them down now. Great. Listen to this one.
I got the Battle of Britain on television. It sounds like a plane going down.
Yeah.
How can you ever trust a cat?
Yeah, well, you can't. Oh, I reckon I'll have to shave my hair off because your back screen looks much better than mine, Mike. I'm just in the dark here at the moment. Hang on. Let's do something about this.
I need my glasses to look at yours now.
I was trying. There we are. There's something. You with your master tricks with photography and stuff. I found a site that did free backdrops. Where this one came from. But they also had videos on there, right, of waterfalls and different stuff, right? Yeah. So I thought, right, that looks tidy, something moving in the background. So, but when I save it to my photos, it just saves it as a photo. It's not, there's no movement in it. So how do you save a backdrop if it's a video? To use as a
save it as an MP4.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you that option.
Are you sure? Because when you see the click button, if you click right on the save.
Yeah, I right click on it, and then it comes up. What's it say? I'm trying to think. It says save to photos, but there were some other options. I can't remember what they were now, or save the downloads. And I thought, well, if I put it in as a download, will that work? But that didn't work either.
What are you watching? Videos?
I just Googled, because you know some of them, if you search for backdrops, it takes you into a site, and then you have to register, and then you have to buy the backdrops off them. But there are the one I found yesterday, which I was going to put on for tonight, was it came up as free. So I thought, oh, that sounds reasonable to me. So, but I couldn't get it to work. It only came up as a photo, as opposed to what I was watching was a video. Well, it's a JPEG. No, a GIF.
It's a JPEG. It won't use a JPEG.
No, it was a GIF. It was
a GIF.
Yeah, but it was forever. It was forever, playing.
Yeah, on loop.
Yeah, but I couldn't save it.
No, but no, you have a job doing that. The only way to do that is to screenshot it on a video.
Yeah.
But then you have to have a video video screen capture.
Right.
I can't do video on an iPad, for some reason. I've tried it and it just won't do a video.
Because I can do it very easily. So anyway, because I make my own backdrops. Do you want me to send you a backdrop, Biscuit?
No, it's okay. I like to try and get. I just wanted to see if I could get a video backdrop.
But Biscuit, make your own photos just of anything.
Huh?
I said to Biscuit, you should make his own of anything, even if it's just the back garden or something, and then mess around with it. I think, I've never been in favour of things like this, but on this occasion, I think you really got no choice, have you?
No, I don't think so. You just want to get back to some normal. Sorry, Dave.
That's right. Vicky said that she's doing a card for Johnny. If you want to put a message on it, just let her know.
Okay.
Because we can get a card into him, you know.
All right. Great.
All right.
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave, if you can just say hi from all the Silver Surfers.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Con can send his own message, but
yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Thank you for the permission, Mike.
I wasn't giving permission. I was just rubber stamping what Dave said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well done. Well, rubber stamp.
Well done. Okay. But
I'll stay quiet for a while.
yeah, don't.
Sorry, what happened to Garry and Sam? No.
Well, Garry didn't say anything, did he?
Well, no. I think he was having a lot of problems technical wise
Yeah.
on his.
Gary's video was going off and on all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Because I wanted to ask him
But
that thing I put on about electric cars.
Oh yeah.
My brother sent me that on an email. I looked at it on my phone, and I just thought, let me scroll down to the bottom of this, and it goes on and on and on and on. I thought, I can't be bothered to get into that. So when I looked on my computer, I started to read it, and this bloke, it's some fella in Canada has gone into it in a big way. And like we are saying, how people are going to manage to have an electric car in this country if you live in a terraced house. Yeah. And you think of the amount of terraced properties, people got no off-street parking. How are they going to plug their car in to charge it up? But this bloke was saying that he lives in a cul-de-sac with about, I think he said 25 houses. And basically, from a little bit that I've read up on it, so say you got home tonight now, you plug your car in to be charged, but you can set it that it doesn't start charging till maybe 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. Because there's pointless starting charging it at 8 o'clock. It's fully charged by 12 o'clock. And then it's discharging from 12 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the morning. So you set it up to start charging at maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, which
low tariff.
Does that still exist today?
Yeah.
There is still a lower tariff during the night, is it?
Yeah.
So, but what this bloke said in his cul-de-sac, if everybody had electric cars, and a lot of houses today have got 2 cars, if everybody set the charger to come on at 4 o'clock in the morning, it would knock out the main fuse. The circuit breaker would come in and you wouldn't have any power. And I thought, well, have they thought about that? But Gary's response, it looks to me as if he's read up on it, and perhaps he'll respond a bit more. But
that's a bit like everybody putting the kettle on after match of the day or something.
Yeah, basically.
They said the same thing, but they low track. But do you know the more interesting thing I thought they said was that at the moment, half the tax you pay for petrol, half the price you pay is tax. Half of that then goes towards the building of roads and things like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They said, they'll have to get that back from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So they have to put it on the price of cars or energy of some sort.
Electricity,
Yeah. So all that will happen, you'll just pay somewhere else for it. Because they've still got to get that X amount of money in, didn't they?
They've got an energy tax on the electricity for charging cars.
Well, probably, yeah.
But they can't tell the electricity that you've used whether it's for boiling the kettle or for charging your car.
No, then. What about all these smart meters, Biscuit? Have you not noticed all them going in?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't think they'll be able to tell what you do use your electricity for? I put it to you, my honour, that they will.
Yeah.
I
Destination
no.
Biscuit. They're watching you on your fucking electricity meter. So,
No, you get-
especially for what's going on upstairs in your attic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you
You're right
buy
below
the
the
new
sky.
self-charge car.
Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever they do, they've got to get that money from somewhere, haven't they? So
Yeah.
if they don't get, like at the moment, do you pay road tax on an electric car? There's something you don't pay. isn't there?
I think I'm not 100% sure. You know, a couple of years ago they brought up these low emission. Oh, there's the man.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of years ago they brought out low emission. They brought out low emission cars, and the attraction was that they were zero road tax.
Yeah.
Well, they stopped that after a few years, didn't they? But
I
because when those cars were bought, you can't buy a low emission car now today and not pay road tax. You're going to pay, maybe 30 quid road tax.
Yeah.
Whereas normally they would have been maybe £100, right? But I'm not sure. So is an electric car zero or is it 30 quid?
Zero.
So as you say, if everybody in 10 years' time is driving around in electric cars, which, okay, they're not going to be because people are still going to be buying petrol cars in 10 years' time. But the amount of tax they're getting back which they supposedly used to repair the roads isn't going to happen, is it?
No.
No, so the taxes will have to go up.
Yeah. And then, but if you say taxes go up, that's not fair on somebody that hasn't got a car.
Yeah, but that works with everything, doesn't it? You only use certain amount of the stuff that your tax goes on.
Yeah.
Not everybody uses everything, do they?
No, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Garry's not paid his tax on his computer.
My camera's packing in, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like there's serious problems there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear it. Okay?
Yeah, I can hear all right. It's just the camera's clicking out.
That's an ugly face you got now, Garry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hey, be careful. Might do some manipulation to that.
I went to my mate works. The road you used to take in Forest Park to what was it called? What was the big factory, the aluminium place in Manala? Alcoa. Couldn't think of the name of it. On the road from Forest Park Trading Estate to Alcoa, just before you drive into Alcoa, there's a rough road on the right-hand side that you take, and it takes you to this. Well, it's like a massive generator place, and they got about 25 porta cabins, right? All individual porta cabins, all identical. And when you step into the porta cabin, there's this massive engine in there. I'm talking, hell of a size engine, and the room has got to be, well, it's not the room, the oil in the engine has got to be kept to a certain temperature, otherwise it wouldn't start. So it's baking hot in these porta cabin things, and they basically, it's a company that set up they must be all over the country, and when there's a surge in power, they turn these generators on to supply that extra power in the grid. So and they charge the electricity board an absolute fortune for this electricity on demand. amazing things.
Bit like Area 51, isn't it?
So what were you going to ask Garry?
So have you read up on these electric cars? So from what that bloke said, then if there was, like where we are now, say there's 20 houses in our cul-de-sac, if we all had electric cars and they came on at 4 o'clock in the morning to charge, you don't think it would be an issue?
No. The biggest charges, domestic charges, about 7.5 kilowatts. If everybody had an immersion heater on and came on at off peak at say 12 o'clock midnight, that's the same loading. Everybody's got a 36 amp supply to the house. That's minimum.
Right.
So you haven't got to worry about anything in your house after that. It's up to the board to supply a service to a certain level outside in the streets. That's fuck all to do with it. Doesn't matter.
It wouldn't. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Fab. We have them in work today.
Hello, who's home?
Oh, I finished work. They jumped in the
Someone's got the grandchildren round. Better report them.
Yeah,
Make-
you
make
okay?
a note,
You
Biscuit.
got up to Connie Farm, didn't you? Oh, that was a good soon.
Sounds like there's more than 3 in there to me.
Party on a day's voice.
Joy. I will. Lemon. Lemon. Like lemon. Thank you very much. From the...
Sounds like 2 adults to me.
Thank
2
you.
children and a dog.
Bring him one of those.
Anyway, so there you go, Biscuit. You can get an electric car now.
Panic over.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a cupcake, boys. Look at that. A cupcake.
Marvellous.
Anyone want a cupcake? Quick.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Nice. Nice name.
Aw. You didn't hear the doorbell, did you, Jay?
No.
nice. He said no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I was walking along, I don't know, it's High Lane the other day, and that electric car came up. But I was right up behind me. I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are dangerous.
Yeah.
They're ridiculously quiet, aren't they?
Yeah. Well,
What they
I
should have, I think I read somebody wrote this. It wasn't my idea. They should do like we did in the '60s and have a lollipop stick in the wheel.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
as they go along.
yeah.
That's the
Well, I
way.
gotta be honest, I take great delight in that because mine is pretty quiet because it's, you know, if I'm driving at like say 25 mile an hour, which would be on electric, you won't hear it coming. So I have great joy when I see a cyclist on the road going past him and he does that jump like that, because I myself, you were bloody mate
bit of
did
a
it to me
sadist,
going
Garry.
through Singleton Park or on the prom or something like that.
You're a bit of a nasty bastard sadist at the end of the day, Biscuit, aren't you?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah.
It's like that blind guy, isn't it? That got hit by one, and then a week later he got hit by another one.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it?
Wow.
That,
Well, that
that
one-
actually happened. Yeah.
That wasn't me, Dave, honest.
Are you sure?
I can't believe you drive down the promenade trying to hit cyclists, Biscuit.
Yeah.
Mind you, I ride down there. I think you do as well, Garry.
Yeah.
But like I'm only going, so probably top is about 25.
There is a dark side to Pablo Biscuit, isn't there?
Isn't there? Yeah. When there's nobody there. But some of the cyclists there must be 45 miles an hour coming up with that. They must be. I don't know how fast a cyclist can go, but it looks as though they're 40 miles an hour, I'd say.
Yeah.
They shoot
They're
past
faster
me.
than me anyway, I know that.
Yeah. And that's just on those Santander bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
That's
3
true,
of
yeah.
those have gone missing, isn't there?
Yeah, they probably find down the North Dock or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't there one of them in France? They got a chip in them. Didn't they say one of them was in France?
I know I read that one, it said one, you know, that's a fair trip if it's right, but I didn't know it, I didn't recognize the name of the place.
Well, I'm not.
I thought it was something like Jean Le Pen.
Right.
Perhaps Con's first suspect now then.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Honest, I'm not a bike thief.
Let's have a look behind the phone to see if we got a Santander. Do you know what the Santander bikes are?
Are they the orange ones?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they're red. Yeah.
Oh, it was one then. Oops.
A load of onions on handlebars, is it?
That's the one. Yeah, I found it up in Roscoff.
Yeah. Will you get some grief next week, Con?
Why?
You know, before the rugby.
I don't know. I fucking couldn't get the Welsh game.
Couldn't you?
No, yesterday I was trying. It took me 3/4 of an hour, trying. I just couldn't get it, even with a VPN.
Con, I said this before. Are you on Twitter?
No.
Join Twitter.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Much easier to get these things.
Yeah, I am on Twitter actually. Yeah.
Yeah, if you just type it in stream rugby, there'll be 10 of them at least.
All right. Okay. Nice one, Mike.
I mean, I find that with the football as well. Like I watch football, like BT Sport, and you get it on Twitter in a blink of an eye. Or most other sports.
Nice one. I'll do that next week.
Try
TV next week, isn't it?
Yeah, but try it during the week. Try and get a football match or something. You know, that's on live, and you'll see how easy it is, really. But I'm surprised you can't get BBC or ITV though.
Usually I can, but it was on ITV this time, and S4C, and I couldn't get it on S4C, and I couldn't get it on ITV. I couldn't even get ITV up. And it was going, sorry, but I had problems with the internet this week as well, so maybe the signal wasn't good enough. But I watched it the week before, or the 2 weeks before.
Do you have a private network?
I'm on Orange.
No, and what do you call it?
VPN.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
Because
if I want a British
you
program,
get these things when you activate that, because they don't let you see them in France, do they? But if they don't know where they are,
I gotta use a British
you can
address.
pick them up.
So I put it on
Like,
Britain.
when I was in Greece last year, I had to put one on, and then I could pick up things like Sky and stuff like that. But you can't do it when you're in a different country for some reason.
Yeah, but if you've got a VPN, you can. And I've been watching all the games, and it was just yesterday it didn't work. I don't know why.
Actually, come on, wouldn't it be on French television?
I hadn't thought of that. I got a television in the corner there, but it hasn't been on for about the last year and a half, I don't think. I don't even know if it works now. I don't like watching it in French because they just talk too much.
Well, you're better off.
You think British commentators talk a lot? Well, they talk sense, but the French ones are just like.
My sexist bit coming up is that we have some sort of women commentators now that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh dear.
Oh,
very strange.
We got a minute left on this one, boys. Do you want to come back?
Right, well, I'm disappearing after that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be passing on.
Okay.
I hope
don't
not,
say
Dave.
that.
Yeah, you never.
I'll just play some parting music.
Vicky will have trouble getting you up if you do, Dave.
Yeah.
You enjoy that cupcake, Dave?
Yeah, no, I don't eat them. I'm all right.
You're just tempting us, so you're waving in front of us.
Dave says he knows. Dave says he knows what goes in them.
Yeah.
I can see Con's headline now: cupcakes and chamomile. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Con, did we interrupt you?
No, I'm just saying, putting the outro music on.